Hello, hello, and welcome to another match of the Settlers 4 World Championship 2025. Today we are on an HGMG map in the 2-0 bracket of the Swiss stage. On the right side we're having the White Mayan Jagdtiger, and on the left side we're having the blue Viking GeneralHansi. So this is a match in the 2-0 bracket of the Swiss stage, which both of them have, I think, had some easier matches, and GeneralHansi also had one match that we didn't expect him to win. I played against Lemon and was considered the underdog as a player that only started to play Settlers 4 actively with the tournament, and before that was only playing Settlers 3. And yeah, he made an upset happen against Lemon on also an HGMG map, so we'll see how it goes today and if he can make another upset happen, as Jagdtiger is considered one of the favorites for the entire tournament across all modes, basically. And yeah, let's have a look at this map. The map is a special one, to say the very least. We are having the players on one large island, and then they can set over to another large island. Now on the island they are starting, they only have two fields of, like, two spaces of mountain, which isn't that much, and 3 stone fields, which also isn't that much. Actually 3 stone fields should be enough, even for Mayans. You can probably cap your entire mountain, like get all of it, with 3 stone fields, especially if you don't have that much mountain. Now, we had one map that was relatively similar in the tournament already, where it was only one mountain field for both players on a smaller island with only one stone field. But that map was a map that will not be played like a map like that ever again, as it only had one mountain field, and on that mountain field we were missing gold and sulfur, which was a mistake, as when you look for maps, they have different resources in the game and compared to them in the editor, and there was a little mishap happening there. But overall we'll see everything represented on the mountains in these on these maps. And right now we're already seeing that there is a double iron mine at the start, which is very nice, but no gold yet, so there'll be more gold later on onto the mountain. GeneralHansi is playing one saw into a medium house. Generally said, I like to see small houses on HGMG. Just build like one saw, like as Vikings, probably even 2 saws, and then build one small house to get a few settlers. You don't need many settlers at the beginning, just getting those few extra settlers so you can build the rest of your building economy, and only then go into the more efficient medium houses is what I like to see. But a medium house still works, and I think we're seeing a stone cutter here and there, and a saw over there. More wood cutters and foresters being added as well. And the patrol is set up. There will not be any thieves coming through there. While on the other side, we're already seeing one thief of GeneralHansi trying to sneak through. Oh, barely makes it. Love to see it. Never mind, it doesn't make it. Jagdtiger did see it and is gonna catch that thief. And probably then tighten his line there. On his side, was there no house yet, or did he already crush it? At least, I mean, it's not many. Maybe there was a small house feel like just from how much area there's already used there might have already been a small house. But if this is gonna be a small house or that's gonna be a small house, then I think he didn't yet build a house and he just built his stone cutters and then one singular saw so far. That is probably gonna be a second saw, and this is a medium house now that I look at it. Okay, if this is a medium house, then he's gonna go into his entire building economy and only then into a medium house? I feel like there must have been a small house that I missed, because this, yeah, there are more settlers over there, like, I feel like there probably was a small house, otherwise this would be a few too many settlers. Yeah, we have the medium house now being crushed on GeneralHansi's side, and he has around 10 more settlers, so that would be like the perfect amount. But yeah, I think Jagdtiger started with a small house and is only now after the building economy going into another medium house. And at that point I think that is a totally valid play. I have zero clue what this building is. Iron smelter and weaponsmith or toolsmith? Maybe. I'm seeing another tower over there towards the mountain. I feel like this is probably gonna be a iron smelter plus toolsmith slash weaponsmith. On the other hand, GeneralHansi is still expanding his economy. His building economy. It's adding a forest and 2 lumberjacks at the bottom. And then it's gonna add the third saw over there. Second stone cutter also not yet being built. And he's towering now actually towards the mountain. I feel like this would be quite a nice start for the Vikings, but actually no, the river is going straight through the starting forest, and since the river is going straight through the starting forest, you have the issue that you kind of want to get rid of this wood. Since you want to get rid of the wood, you can't start with 4 lumberjacks and 2 foresters as you would have liked to on this kind of start forest. Still having a second forest right behind it is very nice for building a nice forest or an efficient forest. Yeah, last few lumberjacks are coming up and the last saw's coming up. Now on Jagdtiger's side, second sawmill was just got their worker, and the iron smelter is finishing up as well. And this is a weaponsmith, I think. But I will see when the building is actually built. Now it's a toolsmith. I have zero clue how the buildings look. It is a toolsmith, so he wants to go into a little bit more of a late game, I assume. Let's see if he actually is able to use the toolsmith properly. I have seen many Mayan players on HEMG build a toolsmith and then get there get there 2 more lumberjacks, a few more stone cutters, and then just realize, oh, I can't actually use all those building materials, and they weren't able to dig enough buildings to use it. Yeah, we're already seeing the weaponsmith come in as well, or actually only 1 material was used there. Yeah, 5th stone cutter, that looks like an awful placement for that stone cutter. But if you want a stone cutter, you want a stone cutter, I guess. These are waterworks, I assume. I'd like to see another tower down here. Okay, never mind, he's not gonna use this forest. I feel like he's gonna use this forest and add stone cutters over there. But the tower still comes as you want to expand into the stone fields over there, nonetheless. But yeah, first toolsmith is done and he is going into a grain farm. Although he didn't yet actually capture the mountain to be able to build the mines he'd need to be building. Now GeneralHansi is now building, or is about to be digging, a large temple, I should say. Has finished the entire building economy. Yes, the second stonecutter is coming in. I think he could technically build a third, but most people won't do that to be able to build another extra mine. Is this like mana eco that's coming in here, the other two buildings next to it? I'm not quite sure. I'd be quite surprised if it was, because there's no small temple that I'm seeing here. And beekeeper would also, like, this could be a beekeeper, but I have zero clue what this building is. Medium house. Making sure settlers are fine. Here we're seeing more of the mountain being conquered. And still no gold mines, so the gold mine is at the very end, but there definitely is a gold mine. Grain farm is missing the infamous 9th stone or jagdtiger, but generally I think so far it looks pretty nice and clean. He isn't actually finishing the weaponsmith, as he probably just used his starting iron and starting coal to make tools, and only now the mines are coming in, so there's no need to have a weaponsmith when you don't have any coal or iron available to be used for the weaponsmith. GeneralHansi does have a sieve, which is just chilling around, not getting through, as jagdtiger now also properly covers the entrance to his side. So no scouting, and here we can see the gold mine. I honestly was a little scared that the gold mine just didn't appear, as I made this map, and I would have been really mad if I managed to, I don't know, miss the fact that there wasn't a gold mine on the starting island, which is a requirement for the maps. Ooh, this is an iron smelter. Okay, so this is probably gonna be weaponsmith or toolsmith, one of the two. And the mines are coming up. Juicy double iron mine. Love to see it. This is gonna be a grain farm. So far, like, resources used, jagdtiger is ahead by like 20 resources, which is quite a lot for MG. Yeah, iron mine and coal mine are now done. Grain farm is done, so he could now, yeah, he is now building the weaponsmith. And when the weaponsmith is finished, probably is gonna add the rest of the food production. He is really trying to find the gold, but can't find it so far. Wanting to see if this is gonna be a weaponsmith or toolsmith. We're gonna see two people trying to immediately go into a more late game orientated economy, or if one of them tries to go a little bit more into peacetime timing. I think he wanted to, no, he probably did, yeah. The woodcutter was still cutting that tree, but yeah, he just used pioneers to get all the trees into his land, which I like. It is a neat optimization not many people do, or are used to do. So yeah, that's a very neat optimization instead of building a tower, just using the pioneers. You usually have enough shovels at the start of the game anyways. And yeah, it is being built. And I have to think, how does a... Yeah, no, this is a weaponsmith. This for sure is a weaponsmith. So his weaponsmith is coming up. Jagdtiger's is now finished. So the weapon counts will probably be very similar at peacetime for both players, considering that jagdtiger's weaponsmith is only about to be running. It's only about to start running like in a bit. We'll still need a bit of time till There's some iron ore and coal on the iron smelter and the first iron bars at the weaponsmith, while on this side we already have the iron bars prepared. The worker didn't yet enter it, and there wasn't any stop-start either. But yeah, coal and iron should be there plenty. The geologists are being pulled back to make them into more builders. Settlers look completely fine, they just brought all the food over. Very on the edge, but on the edge is still good enough. As long as you aren't having a shortage. Ooh, interesting. So, yeah. Jagdtiger saw that he has a double iron mine for the start and said to himself, let's build 2 iron smelters and maybe keep his toolsmith running. I'm not sure if he's gonna use it for a toolsmith, if he's gonna use it for a shipyard or something like that. I think there are a few options he could use it for, like even just being like second weaponsmith, wanting to not let this game go into the long play. But I like this adaptation, knowing you have a really good iron mine and actually using it instead of just playing your normal standard build. He did crush his first stone cutter and is replacing them. I think he should be towering even further and already get to the 3rd stone field, as stone is gonna be an issue otherwise. Jagdtiger now actually found the gold mine as well. But we'll still need a bit of time to be able to build it, similar on GeneralHansi's side. Is this gonna be a gold smelter? If so, I don't like it. But if it is just another iron smelter, which I think that is the case, then I like to see it as well. Both of them immediately going into... yeah, just immediately using the double iron mine. Grain farm as well. Yeah, GeneralHansi doesn't look too far behind anymore, I feel like. I guess the mill is already finished up and the bakery is about to finish up, second weaponsmith, so he is gonna fall behind a tiny bit, and we're seeing a second weaponsmith come up, so no more tools or a shipyard that will use the iron bars that are being produced by the second iron smelter. Probably gonna add a 3rd coal mine and a gold mine and then build a gold smelter, and then his economy should be totally fine. He can produce lots of soldiers, not the strongest though, and that is what he's going into mana for, as the Mayans can upgrade their soldiers from tier 1 to tier 2 / tier 2 to tier 3 mid-combat via a spell. If they do that, they also full heal their soldiers, so that is a really, really nice way to use the mana and get efficient trades, and is especially good on maps like this where you don't have plenty of gold available to you. Now, I don't think we're gonna see any rushes here. I don't think we're really gonna see like lots of action here on the front. No, I don't think so. Just for the simple fact that GeneralHansi won't really need the 3rd stone field for a while, so he won't actively try to get there, I assume. And the rush distance is long enough that I don't think there's gonna be much happening at peacetime exactly. And they're gonna transition into a little bit more of a late game orientated play very quickly. And we're seeing the second weaponsmith come up for GeneralHansi as well. Both of them realizing the iron mine situation and just building 2 iron smelters and 2 weaponsmiths. Like to see that. 3rd coal mine already coming in. I think that's a little late. I think you should first focus on microing your bread over to the 2nd coal. Wait, he crushed that coal mine. Interesting. So apparently he built that coal mine and didn't like it. Also apparently either Jagdtiger did the exact same or he crushed it way quicker. Let me actually check. No, this is the coal mine that GeneralHansi built. And jagdtiger is using this one. So they don't agree on which coal mine is the better coal mine, apparently. Which I find very interesting, as I thought the coal mines generally didn't look that bad. You could have just kept using both. But that is what it is. Oh, the hunter is already built. And hunter here, yeah, this is a nice place to be hunting. 3 forests that can spawn animals. It's a very nice place to be hunting. Now we're gonna see a few animals around here as well. Yeah, actually plenty. 6 is what I saw already, so that's totally enough. Oh, gold mine is coming up. Very important to build it as early as you have it. Oh, for jagdtiger, it's still a little bit more delayed, although the Marion should be faster. That is one of the things. The Marion isn't as fast as jagdtiger, just didn't focus enough on it. Now again, I'd like to see the bread being microed over to the second coal mine, and I'd like to see the settlers shortage being fixed. Are there any settlers coming out of this house? Nope, they aren't, and this is another medium house I'm pretty sure that is currently being built. But this is looking rough. The grain is already... No, it's not full 8 yet, but it's about to be 8. He can't really afford to store it in the storage. There's no mill that is gonna use it. And yeah, settlers are not enough there. He did micro over... Oh, don't micro it. Oh, no. You need to unpause it as well. A few settlers are standing. So it was just the fact that he was doing stuff with the coal mines. 1 bread, 2 bread, 2 bread? Okay. Unpause, I need to unpause that one, and also I guess the miner just still needs a tiny bit of time. No, we're literally at the save. We are literally at the save. Absolute worst timing for disconnect to happen. Wait, was that me? That looks like it was me. With all of them being out immediately. Doesn't make it any better. Just worse. Okay, yeah, that's sadly a very unfortunate timing for disconnect. We lost an entire, or like 2 entire minutes with that disconnect. Okay. Oh, and GeneralHansi now has to redo the bread micro. Very unfortunate timing. Oh, his sawmills stacked up some planks there. Not what you like to see. Overall, the advantage is about 40 resources now for jagdtiger. He needs a little bit... not he needs, but I feel like it's gonna grow a little bit more with the fact that he just has 4 lumberjacks, and if he can continue to use all 4 of them, then he will continue to grow that lead. But this stone situation looks quite bad. These stone cutters are all running really badly and aren't gonna run for much longer. This stone down here is way too far away for the stone cutter to be any efficient. And this tower just finished up, so more stone cutters being added. Not gonna happen that soon. He does have a bakery finished. Is he building a stone mine maybe? No, this looks like a coal mine. No stone mine being built. Which... I mean, there are stone mines around he can build, but he is deciding against it. As he wants to make sure that the weaponsmiths continue to run with the coal he needs. Gold smelter will come up for that as well. But yeah, the mana economy is, the gay farms are done, and the Rest of the mana economy is being built as well. Large temple already placed. Found a spot. Always not the easiest thing to find a spot for on an HEMG map, as the elevation tends to be a little worse than the larger maps. Like, the larger the map goes, the less elevation you have, or less elevation differences you have. Yeah, the grain farm now is stacked up, all 8 grain on it, and the mill is about to finish. And when the mill finishes, the grain farm will be able to continue actually farming the grain that is already there. Yes, coal mine micro, or bread micro onto the coal mines isn't the best right now. He has 16 coal in iron bars, which is very unfortunate. These iron bars could have been like half coal on the weaponsmiths, which would be way more efficient. Let's have a look. We're seeing 1 full stack and like a half, I assume. No, maybe this is also a full stack and covered behind the storage, which I find weird, but it might be. And this looks like 2 full stacks as well. The weapon counts are looking relatively even. Yeah, relatively even. So the weaponsmith didn't start to run that smoothly for Jagdtiger either, but now they should be running nicely. We have bread on not all mines, but also bread is going to be used up very soon anyways. We're producing the first floor on GeneralHansi's side, and the bakery is about to finish. And then it will all run efficiently. First beekeepers come, or is finished as well. Gold mine has finished up. Did he build a fisher yet? Oh, the fisher is only now coming in. Didn't put fish on the iron mine, so he's gonna be fine on that department. Not gonna run out of fish. Yeah, the starting fish is already walking over. And when the fisher finishes up, the fisher can produce enough fish to keep it running, as it's only 1 gold mine. Jagdtiger's already building his barracks. Mana small temple. I think there's probably a second small temple over here, or maybe that's the gold smelter. I feel like that could also fit. House, like settler situation looks fine, and the stone is piling up, but so is the wood. And the wood piling up, like 8 wood is more than 8 stone for a million. You need more stone than wood, so yeah, he's not able to use all the wood he has. So the resources use advantage that he had so far is not gonna grow. I hate this. No, why is there 8 gold on it? Store it, please. So important that you keep your gold mine working. You have the faster gold mine, sure, but like you also want to use your faster gold mine. It's only faster by a few, like 0 point something gold per minute. I'm pretty sure it's like not much at all. He's digging the rest of the bottom half here, wanting to probably be able to place some more fishes. I assume this to be a waterwork. It's gonna need some... Actually, no. 1 waterwork, how it is placed here, I think should totally be fine to for bakery. And so far, only 1 beekeeper, like only 1 mana line. I haven't seen anything that makes me think of a second. The barracks have finished for... how's it called? GeneralHansi as well. And this dude is not gonna get the gold. Oh no, okay, he started to store it up. Nice. That's a... Wait, this is... Yeah, this is the gold smelter. Like to see a toolsmith as well. Yeah, he already built a 2nd iron mine, but he won't be able to use it. It doesn't have any pickaxes available anymore. It's playing as I expected with only 2 stone cutters, and also replaced one of them. Like to see that. Making sure they keep on running well, as that is very important when you're like he only has 2 stonecutters. If you're trying to play on the edge with those, then you have to replace them regularly to make sure that they keep working efficiently enough to be using all your wood. Jagdtiger is now still like, this is only like 4 efficient stone cutters, and I say efficient, but these 2 aren't really that efficient either, and this one is actually horrible. So he's lacking lots and lots of stone. He crushed a house over the limit, which is fine. He is also producing soldiers at the moment. And to be fair, storing up the planks in the storage isn't that bad. Mayans can convert planks into gold bars. Not the most efficient spell, but it is more efficient than nothing. So yeah, it's technically more efficient than upgrading your soldiers in terms of the gold you gain. But upgrading your soldiers also heals them to full health, so that tends to be more efficient when used properly in combat. But yeah, getting a little bit of gold bars, so maybe have some tier 2 soldiers already, wouldn't hurt. Especially considering that, oh, he placed a double gold mine. I actually like this play quite a lot. Probably would have been a smart thing to do for the Viking as well. Vikings and Mayans both can build double gold mines relatively easily, and with double gold mines in that sense is like what I mean with double gold mine isn't like the iron mine where like you have 2 iron spots very close to each other and you build 1 iron mine that is working as if it's 2. In this case you want to build 2 gold mines onto 1 gold spot, and you put one like more to the bottom left corner and then put the other one to the top right, and they both don't run at 100% like at your usual HE mountain speed, but they are working at roughly the, like they work like 1.5 as fast as 1 gold mine, like you get 1.5 as much gold out of it. It's not insanely crazy, but if you only have 1 gold spot, it definitely is worth it to build 2 gold mines like Jagdtiger did here at the top. I feel like from the looks of it, this isn't the best placed double gold mine. Like usually these should be like more aligned with each other in this angle. So this one should have been further to the right here. But maybe the mountain just didn't give him a better placement. You never know. Yeah, peacetime is over. We're seeing 37 tier 1 soldiers for Jagdtiger and 23 tier... Wait, no, this is actually the 29. Now we're on 30. Okay, 38 tier 1 soldiers for Jagdtiger and 23 for GeneralHansi. But GeneralHansi still has plenty of axes in storage. And Jagdtiger, not as many, but also still a few. Reason why, both of them forgot the fact that they are recruiting tier 1 soldiers out of 2 weaponsmiths, and therefore need way more settlers than usual to actually be able to recruit all the soldiers, all the weapons to soldiers they're having. Jagdtiger is still standing in his own land, which I like. I think this move can be... Actually, ex-warriors are now as fast as swordsmen, so it isn't as bad anymore, but you could be caught outside of your land without your defensive combat power and then be screwed relatively quickly. The resources used still isn't like... I would have expected it to like the difference be smaller now, but the difference actually stayed about the same, maybe even grew a bit further, which definitely surprises me considering how bad the stone is about to get. And he's gonna use stone to... he's gonna use the stone spell to make some stone appear, or it's just to get the priest. That would also make a lot of sense. Gold smelter is finished up on both sides now. Both of them are able to produce a few tier 2 soldiers now. Actually, there are lots of settlers now ready for GeneralHansi to become Axe Warriors. Yeah. Weird kind of thing. Axe Warriors, tier 2 and tier 3 are almost as fast as a swordsman, but faster than like bowmen. Tier 1 Axe Warriors are actually as fast as a swordsman. Now, I don't think I've seen a single shipyard being built by any one of the players. Never mind, we are seeing a shipyard from GeneralHansi. I am eager to see... Is this even a shipyard? I don't think this is a shipyard, I think this is a port. Not 100% sure, but I feel like it is. And yeah, the iron mine still doesn't have a worker, as you'd imagine. A heaver, yeah. Doesn't look like a shipyard, especially since there's not a single plank or iron bar carried towards it. I'd be very much surprised. Yeah, that's unfortunate because that building won't do anything unless you also have another one of those. So very useless so far, but might become useful later on. And now we're about to have all the weapons recruited for GeneralHansi, which brings them to almost 80 soldiers, which around 15 of are tier 2, while Jagdtiger still stores most of his blowgunners in his storage. Yeah, now he casted a little bit of stone. I'm pretty sure there was less stone beforehand, to make sure that the stone cutters are running efficiently, and he doesn't need that many more. They're both now covering the entrances here. GeneralHansi is walking forward. Jagdtiger could ban once with the mana he still got. Oh yeah, these swordsmen are gonna die. There's no way they're living. I say no way, but then at the end it's also tier 1 axes only. Yeah, only one of them dies. Oh, both die, never mind. Getting a few kills. 19 mana would be enough for one blood rush, or a freeze, or a fear, but you wouldn't be able to do 2 spells. I think you should also wait for like these Axe Warriors here to come up, as they are tier 2. And he does want to go in, but really should he? He kind of has an opportunity right at this very moment, as Jagdtiger didn't recruit all of the blowgunners, but he's about to probably do that. I say that. Actually, there are a few settlers here, so yeah. He should be able to recruit all of them very nicely. And yeah, so far is running away. Ooh, the priest could be killed. Nope. They're turning around, but this bowman will also die. Unless he turns around for that as well. Oh. Frozen. I like actually the fact like that he turned with all the rest of the soldiers, because that made him turn around again while these were already running. These so far, with the numbers they are at, would not win against these Axe Warriors, and Jagdtiger shouldn't really take that trade, and now kind of loses more soldiers than what he should, because all the other ones already ran away, and they should have followed. GeneralHansi needs to turn around now. There are lots of blowgunners coming in. I am not quite... There's another priest, so there's a priest for both players. Mana still isn't enough to... For 2 spells for the Viking player. Oh, that tier 2 Axe Warrior inting is a little unfortunate. And GeneralHansi wants to take the fight. He does have more soldiers, not more quality though. And you don't know about soldiers actually being at the front either. Freeze comes in at lots of tier 2 soldiers, which is obviously very, very important. And now here's something I forgot to tell you all about, because I forgot myself. If you upgrade your soldiers, it removes freeze and fear on them, which is absolutely insane. and is a mechanic I only know about since like yesterday. But now you're seeing lots of tier 3 blowgunners with defensive combat power fighting against tier 1 X Warriors and only a few tier 2 X Warriors. I'm pretty sure a Blood Rush would have been the better play to be able to win the fight, just because most of the freezes were removed by the upgrading of the soldiers. And generally, Jagdtiger had more mana available. Only going in when you have 2 spells would have been a play as well. Why are there so many thieves coming over, and why are they only coming over now? Is their job to steal stone? Their job to move around and steal other stuff? Delay? What's their plan? I think some are trying to sneak through, others are trying to turn around. Priest is running away. And so are these other X-Warriors. Now I'd love to see a hospital from the main Jagdtiger here, as he should have lots of wounded, not that wounded, but still wounded blowgunners that he can heal up. Once he has healed them up, he can try to be a little bit more aggressive. The way I'd liked him to do it is by actually towering forward as well, because I don't know, I don't like fighting the enemy, and it usually is your own death sentence. We can see right now, yeah, oh my goodness. Actually, those are mostly the Cs as well, but Jagdtiger traded probably like 2-to-1 if you don't account for the thieves that he also killed. So it's a very bad trade for GeneralHansi. Very nice usage of the mana by Jagdtiger, and played the map very well so far, I'd say. The double gold mine is able to keep the gold smelter running mostly, which makes him able to continue a very steady tier 2 production. I think he's producing more tier 2 soldiers than what GeneralHansi is producing. There was a house. There's a toolsmith now for GeneralHansi as well. A second mana line was added during all of this. And Jagdtiger isn't wanting to heal up. Jagdtiger is wanting to push. Apparently the barracks are still... the barracks recruitment spot is still put somewhere in the front. So this X-Warrior just ran into their death. These are now pulling back a bit further after he realized that. And yeah, there's about a 20 soldier lead, which all of the 20 soldiers that Jagdtiger has more are also 1 tier higher of the ones that GeneralHansi has. He has like 12 tier 3 soldiers, which are massive, and then also 10, like 22 compared to 12 tier 2 soldiers, while both have 19 tier 1. So there's quite a huge numbers and quality advantage for GeneralHansi, Jagdtiger right now, but GeneralHansi now has a mana advantage with 24, still not enough for 2 spells at a time, at once, but I am pretty sure that Jagdtiger can also only do 1 spell with 19 mana. We are seeing a few tier 2 swordsmen now come in, making sure that he can capture towers. Also only having, actually has a tower in the back and his starting tower. Starting tower is relatively close to the barracks. There isn't really much to sneak around, so that seems to be fine. One of the weaponsmiths, no, both of the weaponsmiths ran out of iron bars, as the iron mine isn't able to fully isn't able to produce enough iron to keep them running all the time. I've seen a third, weaponsmith come up for Jagdtiger earlier, and it looks like he's actually able to use it. He did build a second iron mine, he is on 4 coal mines, he has built 2 fishers. I think I'd like to see him add a third, as this hunter is probably not really hunting anything anymore. Yeah, the hunter... Yeah, and without the hunter, 2 fishes shouldn't be able to produce enough fish for 2 gold mines and 2 iron mines. But so far it's working, so... nothing to stress out about. Especially since probably the hunter like only now started to not be able to produce enough meat anymore, and the fish is only now actually being used up. So he has a little bit of time till he needs to add that. But he will also have to add a little bit more bread production. Actually, we already see the second grain farm, so bread production essentially is already there. Wow. What a failure. This, I don't know how this terrain is called in English, but this is terrain that literally just, you can't do anything with it. And he wanted to make a desert here, and like this is blocking more than half of the desert he wanted to make, which is very, very unfortunate. Now looking back at soldiers and mana. What a play! Where did he cast them to? I don't see them on the minimap. But they were teleported away. But yeah, he just before the fight even started, decided to use his mana to teleport soldiers off GeneralHansi away. He has a massive soldier lead. Doesn't have a mana lead anymore. Technically GeneralHansi can cast twice right now, but that won't really help him against the amount of soldiers that Jagdtiger has. And I am interested where Jagdtiger teleported these soldiers, as the only thing that would make sense is to try to teleport them anywhere onto this large island. Which now, a shipyard would be amazing just to be able to get your soldiers back. Bro, I don't see them. Or did he... Maybe, I didn't see it, but maybe he just teleported them into his own soldiers? That is a play you can make as well. You should be able to trade very efficiently with all those blowgunners against a few teleported soldiers into the army. And Jagdtiger is moving in. GeneralHansi crushed his front tower, now losing 1 swordsman, and is actually engaging into this huge mass of enemies. 1 freeze, 1 blood rush. It's able to kill those swordsmen at the front quite quickly, but those blowgunners are he's not gonna be able to deal with them. The freeze ran out. All of the blowgunners are shooting. The blowgunners themselves are freezing. The blowgunners have better stats than the Axe Warriors, if you consider the range as well. Without the range, I think the Axe Warriors technically have better stats again, but with the range, blowgunners are shooting from like 4 blows, and then they just out DPSing the Axe Warriors by a mile. And with that, Jagdtiger is overrunning GeneralHansi after GeneralHansi tried to do an early rush at peacetime using the Iron Mine, thinking he has a great round, but in the end Jagdtiger did the same and managed to build more mana as he started with a toolsmith, increases building economy. Now we're seeing that he's almost at 500 resources used, while GeneralHansi is only at 380. He is upgrading his soldiers one more time to make sure that Swordsman is alive, maybe? For a tower? one swordsman won't be, like 1 tier 3 swordsman won't be enough anyways, as long as you put bowman into the tower, which GeneralHansi doesn't really have the opportunity to do anymore. Yeah. We're just waiting for the GG from GeneralHansi. There is no way that he's gonna win this game anymore, as yeah, he doesn't have any soldiers that were moving around, trying to sneak around. There's no shipyard, there's nothing. He couldn't be building a tower on the other island or anything like that. There's no way he is, at least right now, actively trying to win the game anymore. Like no effort that is visible. And if things continue how they're going, Jagdtiger will win this match and be 3-0 in the Swiss stage, while GeneralHansi will be 2-1. Very happy I was able to cast an HEMG match. I'm actively eager to cast them. I'd like a little bit more of a close door HEMG match, but there was still a little bit of action here, so not too mad about it. Yeah, GeneralHansi is still delaying his death. Does he have... I just heard combat music. Maybe there was a thief dying. I don't see soldiers sneaking around anywhere. This bowman is gonna try to get into that tower. He did realize he has to go over there. He could, he could already select the tower, click on the bomb, but not yet. Ah, never mind. There's a GG. Yeah. As expected, nothing really GeneralHansi can still do at this point of the game. Didn't prepare anything sneaky. I would have loved a shipyard, and I especially would have loved a shipyard if he used it and came from behind. You're like, you come in here at the front, you make him wanting to defend this area with most of the soldiers, and then you just come in with like 10 tier 2 soldiers. I wouldn't use... No, actually, you could use Axe Warriors and a Blood Rush and then just crush towers. Just go crush towers as long as they aren't medium towers. It's very easy. You can first deploy a few C's to get the vision where the towers are, and then plan your attack and execute it. I think that could work really well on this kind of map. Especially since Jagdtiger was only playing for his own game, trying to make as much out of it as possible. But yeah, let's have a look at the statistics. Generally, soldier-wise, GeneralHansi did actually have wasn't that far behind, although Jagdtiger did have a third weaponsmith come up here towards the end. But the quality was a little bit lacking for GeneralHansi, and the mana was, especially mana usage of Jagdtiger was amazing, and he made a lot out of that. I will now check in if there is a cast. Not a cast, an interview. Yes, there is, and I will translate for you.
An Level 2 und Level 3 dann bei Maya doch da zum Stehen kommt. Aber ja, GeneralHansi, hast du dich dann auch deswegen vielleicht entschlossen, früh anzugreifen, weil du dachtest, du hast vielleicht das schlechtere Matchup und musst dann jetzt auf jeden Fall was machen, um zu gewinnen? Oder war es ohnehin der Gameplan, den du hattest?
Okay, I didn't quite catch the beginning of the question, but it's about how GeneralHansi felt and why he rushed.
Und ich hatte das mal ausprobiert und man kriegt ein ganz gutes Timing hin. Ich habe es leider nicht so ganz gut exekutieren können, weil mir das Mana gefehlt hat.
Okay, GeneralHansi saw the Iron Mine and knew there's quite a good timing you can hit with that Iron Mine, and therefore wanted
Ich weiß nicht,
to
ob man Boden baut. Also, ich hatte
wanted to go in at peacetime, but he didn't quite
Perspektive.
have the mana as how he had it when he practiced. So it wasn't quite
Boot,
executed
Kann ich
perfectly.
das jetzt nicht hundertprozentig confirmen, aber der Chat sagt, dass du auch die Anlegestelle gebaut hast und nicht die Werft.
Ja, das ist mir dann zu spät auch aufgefallen. Ich habe zuerst die Werft nicht gefunden gehabt.
GeneralHansi didn't find the shipyard and therefore built the port.
Das war ein Bot-Modus, keine Ahnung, das war einfach schlecht.
Ja, da fehlt dann leider so ein bisschen die Erfahrung. Aber macht dir nichts draus. Ich als jemand, der seit jetzt auch wieder 8 Jahren hier sehr aktiv Siedler 4 spielt, war jetzt auch nicht in der Lage, hier die Wikinger-Anlegestelle und die Wikinger-Werft voneinander zu unterscheiden, weil beides selten genug gespielt wird. Insofern, ja, bist du wahrscheinlich in guter Gesellschaft hier gerade in diesem Channel. Da kennt nur einer den Unterschied zwischen den Gebäuden. Möglicherweise unser guter Jagdtiger, der sich entschlossen hat, keines davon zu bauen. Hat es nicht unter den Fingern gejuckt, vielleicht doch mal auf die andere Insel überzusetzen?
Ja, schon, aber irgendwie, also wenn es besser gelaufen hätte, hätte ich vielleicht eine Werft gebaut. Aber
King Cat said that he wasn't even able to distinguish the port from the shipyard, and then asked Jagdtiger if he also had consideration to get on the island.
Und letztendlich auch noch. Also irgendwie, keine Ahnung.
Jagdtiger was thinking about it, but
Vielleicht
was
auch daran, dass,
more wanting to like
gilt ja auch
build
für beide,
mana
dass
and
ihr
cap his
beide euch dazu
mountain,
entschlossen habt, auch sehr schnell eine zweite Eisenschmelze und zweite
and wasn't was like quite busy with just keeping his first settlement running well.
Produktion, die late kommt, da wart ihr in dem Sinne ähnlich spät, beide, aber ja, dann natürlich die Maya-Wüste, die ballert dann natürlich und so ist dann ordentlich Mana-Difference dann zustande gekommen. Ja.
If you have any questions in chat,
Ja,
by the way,
ich
you
hab
can
eigentlich
put them in there and I
wahrscheinlich,
will
keine weiteren Fragen
forward them.
gewesen. Jetzt ist hier noch einer mit reingehuscht. Aber
Ich hätte eine Gegenfrage. Gibt es
Ja.
irgendeine Welt, wo ich das gewinnen kann? Mit dem Push?
also mit dem Push kannst du, glaube ich, auf keinen Fall gewinnen, weil
And GeneralHansi asked if he can win with that
halt
push.
eben in Verbindung mit dem Aufwertungszauber, der
And,
deine offensiven Kampfzauber kontert.
King Cat says that King Cat thinks that there's no way you can win with that push, and I'd agree.
Könnte defensiv im eigenen Land zu spielen und halt eben versucht, auf die andere Insel überzusetzen und da weiterzumachen. Die Goldmine wäre vielleicht auch noch ein Ziel gewesen für Kriegsschiffe, weil die halt vom Wasser aus her
The
abschießbar
gold mine would
gewesen
have been
wären. Das war
a thing, like a goal for a warship to shoot that away and
aber
get a huge advantage economically.
ziemliches Investment, gerade für dich auch als Wikinger-Spieler, der dann 4 Schuss bezahlen muss, 4 Mana dafür bezahlen muss für einen Schuss. Und ja, kannst ja die Goldmine dann da verhindern, aber so die großen Goldschübe kriegt Jagdtiger ja ohnehin durch seine Aufwertungszauber. Und ja, da haben wir ja auch gesehen, dass zweite Wüsten gezaubert wurden. Und ja, ich habe heute gelernt, dass Moos verhindert, dass Wüsten drüber gezaubert werden könnten. Warst du dir dem bewusst, Jagdtiger?
Nein, war ich nicht. Ich
The other caster, King Cat and Jagdtiger, both didn't know about the fact that the terrain was made desert unable to spawn there.
Ich weiß jetzt
the
auch nicht, ob
cast.
wir hier von Felix gescampt wurden und das dringend gefixt werden muss oder ob es ein Feature ist, damit ja zumindest irgendwas der Desertifikation standhalten kann.
Ich hätte gesagt, dass es ein Feature ist. Ich wusste es auch vorher.
Ja. Ja, einer weiß Bescheid und hat die alle im Unklaren gelassen. Aber ist okay. Man muss ja seine Geheimnisse behalten.
You learn something every day indeed.
Ja. Ja, also wie gesagt, ich denke, bestes Play ist vielleicht einfach Level 1er Bögen zu machen, vielleicht im eigenen Land campen bis alle Unendlichkeit und gucken, dass man auf der anderen Insel vielleicht irgendwie Gold findet. Also im wahrsten Sinne des Wortes. Dass er da rübersetzt und
Yeah.
irgendwann
King Cat
möglicherweise dann
was
auch
saying
den
that, like,
Zeitpunkt
he imagined the way to
wo
play for
du,
GeneralHansi would be
vielleicht die Hauptinsel
going to
verlierst,
one
aber wenn du bis
bowman,
dahin irgendwie
camping in
schon
your own
auf
land,
der
as Tier 1 bowman
anderen
in
Insel,
houses would win against
besiedelt hast.
low gunners for sure.
das Spiel dann trotzdem spielbar bleibt und
or
es
like
dann einfach so ein Trade wird,
Bowman against
wo aber schon
Wilderness.
die andere Insel dann kommt.
And then try to get onto the other island and find gold there and
Aber
work from
sehen wir
there,
dann
build
vielleicht in der
warships.
nächsten Inselmap, die Alex uns gönnt.
You can use like your warships are stronger as Vikings as well, so you can keep the
Ja,
sea power
ja, weiß nicht,
there.
Argos, hast du hier noch Fragen? Ist ja jetzt, glaub ich,
Nope.
relativ spät hier ins Interview reingehuscht. Insofern würde ich dann jetzt sagen, dass ich jetzt noch mal eben kurz zum Chat rede und ja, bedanke mich eben hier bei meinen Spielern für das Spiel und ja, dann
Thank you for the game and GG. Okay, now I will quickly do the thing I always do at the end of the game as the interview is over. Tell you all that you can donate to cover some of our costs, and basically that's all I'm saying. Some costs, trophy and server stuff. And yeah, I won't be streaming another game for this round. I'm already certain on that. This was like the only game I still considered to be casting, and I will now after today only stream the next Settlers 4 match in the next round when we are having people that are like 3-0 fight against each other, or maybe some other matches. We'll see what the draw says. The draw is on Friday evening, and from there I'll see what next Settlers 4 matches I'll be casting. And till then, have a great time, and bye bye.